Tayo ay magsasagot ng mga exercises sa chapter on trigonometry. Exercise 3.9, in particular, the characteristics of the sine and cosine functions. State if the statement or the sentence is true or false, and then explain. Number 1, the range of the function y is equal to sine of x is the set of real numbers. Is this true or false? Okay, so pag sinabi natin set of real numbers, is it can be any number in your real number line. Yan ba ang range ng sine function? No. So false yung statement na yon. Because the range of the sine function is the set of real numbers only in the interval negative 1 to 1. Pay attention kung paano natin isinulat yung range ng function. It's negative 1 to 1, closed interval ang ating ginamit. Pagbalikan natin kung bakit ang range ng sine function, sine of x is from negative 1 to 1. So for example, meron tayong angle t in standard position. So meron siyang intersection or yung terminal side ng ating angle intersects our unit circle at point P at meron siyang x and y coordinates. Yung y coordinate na yon, yun ang kanyang sine of t. So let's say for example, ang ating angle naman is pi over 2. Okay, so ang kanyang intersection between the unit circle and our terminal side of the angle, it has the coordinates 0, 1. Ano ang sine of pi over 2? It's 1. Pag naman pi, negative 1, 0, sine of pi is 0. Kapag naman 3 pi over 2, sine of 3 pi over 2 is yung y-coordinate ng ating point of intersection, it's negative 1. So if you were to look at this, ang maximum value ng sine of t natin is 1. Ang minimum value is negative 1. We can also obtain the range of our function y is equal to sine of x from its graph. So nagplot ako dito ng mga points. When x is 0, sine of 0 is 0. When x is pi over 2, it's 1. When x is equal to pi, it's 0. 3 pi over 2, it's negative 1. At kapag naman siya ay 2 pi, it's back to 0. So if you were to look at this, ang maximum value ng ating function is 1. At ang kanyang minimum value is negative 1. At merong value ang ating sine function between negative 1 and 1. Next, if we are given the function f of x is equal to 5 times sine of x, ang kanyang range is the closed interval negative 5 to 5. Is this true or false? Ang range ng ating function 5 times sine of x is from negative 5 to 5. So ganitong gawin natin, ano? Let us sketch the graph of sine of x, and then from there, let us obtain the graph of 5 times sine of x, and then from there, we can see kung bakit ang range ng ating function ay naging closed interval negative 5 to 5. Let us sketch the graph of 5 times sine of x. We can obtain the graph of 5 times sine of x from sine of x. Ang gagawin lang natin is, we will multiply sine of x by 5. Our graph reveals that the values of 5 times sine of x ranges from negative 5, that's the minimum, to positive 5, that's the maximum. Let us go to number 5. The maximum value of y is equal to cosine of x minus 1 is 0. Ito ba ay true or false? This is true. Let us sketch the graph of y is equal to cosine of x minus 1, and then from there, we can see kung bakit 0 ang maximum value ng ating function. Let us sketch muna the graph of cosine of x in the interval 0 to 2 pi. Let us connect these points. Okay, so ang pagkoconnect ng points dapat curve, hindi straight line. Okay, this is our function, cosine of x. And then from here, look at what will happen. Ano mangyayari kapag nag-minus tayo ng 1? So yung graph ng cosine of x will slide down by 1 unit. From the curve, we can see kung ano ang kanyang maximum value. Ang kanyang maximum value ng cosine of x minus 1 is 0. Ang kanyang minimum value is negative 2.